Cars have been backed up on Piedmont Road leading up to this road closure for hours, and at least one local retailer has told us that this construction has been devastating for business. We're here with protesters marching through downtown Atlanta in support of the Affordable Care Act, better known as Obamacare. Here you can actually see one of the license plate readers installed on this GDOT right-of-way. Atlanta police put the control unit inside this signal cabinet, which is also owned by the state. Now, GDOT says it doesn't have a problem with the equipment itself, just the fact that Atlanta police didn't get permission to install it. This is the patio where footage shows a man down on his hands and knees peering through this window. Now, after watching that video, the woman who lives here says she doesn't feel safe in her own home. A Hull County family is searching for answers after someone hit and killed a mother as she walked home. Her family says the driver left the mother of 4 dying in a ditch. Channel 2 intern Alexandra Salandi spoke to the victim's daughter. Updates on the I-85 bridge collapse. State officials share new predictions for the repair project.
Hi, come on, we're gonna go this way.
This is Phoenix, a young pit bull. Angels Among Us Pet Rescue said he crawled into someone's backyard on Sunday and collapsed.
And animal control came and immediately looked at the dog and said, this dog needs emergency care.
He was rushed to Blue Pearl Veterinary Partners in Sandy Springs. The dog's lip was torn and had to be sewn up, and surgeons faced plenty of other problems.
We saw that he had several exposed bones in his toes, was missing 3 of his 4 toes.
Doctors still don't know if they'll have to amputate his leg.
I would not be surprised if this animal had been injured multiple times.
Phoenix here is also severely malnourished. You can clearly see his ribs, his pelvis, and also several pressure sores just because of how thin he is. No one knows for sure what happened to Phoenix or just how long he's been on the loose.
We look in their eyes and we beg them to tell us what happened, and they just can't. So regardless of whether it was dog fighting or not, this dog has suffered at the hands of humans, and we are responsible for what has happened to him.
They know they'll probably never get an answer, but everyone is focused on his recovery. Despite whatever he's been through, Phoenix is still wagging his tail.
He's a sweetheart. He comes right up to you and wants to be held and wants to be loved, and I think he's going to make a great pet for somebody.
Angels Among Us Pet Rescue is looking for a foster home for Phoenix. They said they need someone who can change his bandages and take him to his appointments.
He's trying to make up for lost time. He is absolutely a sweetheart of a boy.
Phoenix, hello. Yes, yes, yes.
Sierra Hubbard, Channel 2 Action News. Here you can actually see one of the license plate readers installed on this GDOT right-of-way. Atlanta police put the control unit inside this signal cabinet, which is also owned by the state. Now, GDOT says it doesn't have a problem with the equipment itself, just the fact that Atlanta police didn't get permission to install it.
We need to know what equipment's being installed on our right-of-way.
But GDOT's Natalie Dale says APD didn't tell the state anything before installing dozens of cameras and license plate readers on utility poles and in signal cabinets owned by the state.
Think about in this day and age, safety-wise.
She says crews need to know that the equipment in each cabinet is properly registered.
So that we know when we go into this box that we're not dealing with something a little more nefarious.
Here's a map of the 17 locations where APD installed the cameras and tag readers without permission. Paid for by the Buckhead Community Improvement District, APD recently put them in to help fight crime. GDOT found out about the new equipment through a press release. The state immediately began working with APD to register the devices. But for some residents, it's the tag readers themselves that are upsetting.
I think it's kind of an invasion of privacy, to be honest with you. I don't know why they need to read my license plate if I'm not doing anything wrong.
As for GDOT, they said that they're leaving the equipment alone while they work with APD to get the proper permits. Now, Atlanta police didn't want to come on camera with us today, but they sent a statement saying that they are engaged in conversation with GDOT to further work out the partnership relating to the cameras. In Northwest Atlanta, Sierra Hubbard, Channel 2 Action News.